We can see that construction has begun.
Yes,
and for me personally, I'm very, very excited.
I know.
So, walk us through, sir, the process of choosing the contractor in charge of this project.
Yeah, from the very beginning, we were particular about who was going to do this construction. A 21 and 19 floor tower are definitely not the regular construction for anybody.
True.
So for us it was the contractor must be a name that are proving themselves.
Not just a name, but they have proven track record.
Yes. Luckily, LLM built the first one.
Oh
yes.
By the way, if you're wondering what he means by the first one, ladies and gentlemen, this tower standing right there, the blue water,
yes.
sapphire blue
because
waters.
This project was supposed to be a 3-phase project.
Okay.
Phase 1, which is the blue water.
Okay.
Phase 2, these 2 towers.
Okay.
And phase 3. So we were very particular about who we handled the main construction.
Okay.
So, and LLA came very handy. The fact that they were already on ground here, completed the phase 1, gave them an advantage. And the fact that from when they finished the phase 1 and when we decided on them, they've done so much, work that speaks so much volume. I mean, if you're talking about high-rise of this nature development within Ikoyi, VI, and Lekki, if you're talking about 20, LLI is currently working about 12.
Yes.
So that's give there. So for us, it was about getting it right from the very beginning. And that's how LLI came about. Yeah, it came very pricey, but for us, it was about what we wanted to deliver. It was about giving comfort to our subscribers, because one thing is, we've had very terrible, experiences, a couple of years back, and we didn't want to gamble at all. So LLA for us was is either LLA or LLA.
Okay, all right, I like that. It's either LLA or LLA. Now, I like the fact that they were the one that constructed that. And then, do you know when they completed that?
2019.
2019. So we are in 2025. So 2019 to 2025 has been 6 years. So this gives us credibility, investors the credibility to know that the same construction company who did that you're seeing standing are the one currently on site as we speak. And they are what? They are already working. So thank you for taking us through the process of why you chose this contractor. Honestly, I didn't know that's the reason. Okay, so gentlemen, my name is Goodness Osman, of course. I am the queen of landlord maker, aka Latana, and today I'm excited to be back on tour. Yes, back here at Bloom Towers. Just in case you're wondering what's been happening, Blue Waters, Elaland, what are they even talking about? Where are they? Well, let me tell you, we are live here at Bloom Towers. Yes, Bloom Towers is located in Oniru, one of the most sophisticated place to live in on the island in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, Oniru is under Victoria Island. So, I've been talking about this project from even when no one shovel has been teeth on the ground. I hope I said that right. But to this point where we are, I'm super excited because a lot is happening. And today I am with the man of the moment, or let me say the man of the year, because a lot has happened for him this 2025. So I'm going to say I am here live with the man of the year. And like I usually like, I would want him to introduce himself. Please do us the honor. Again, introduce yourself to the audience on this channel.
All right, Sir Builder Blessing Ogaliobomovo, MD and CEO Standard Properties Limited, the developers of Bloom Towers and the rest of them.
Yes, and the rest of that, because today we are talking about Bloom Towers. So, are you guys ready? I'm going to be putting him on the spot. I have a lot of questions to ask him. As usual now, I don't tell him what my questions are. They just get to answer on the spot. So, are you ready? Okay, so sit back, relax, and watch this video to the very end, because you're going to be hearing everything that has to do with the project Bloom Towers and every technical information that will encourage you as an investor to come invest here now, because it's almost late to get on board, but it is not late if you get on board right away. So I'm going to see you, yes you, at the end of this video. So ladies and gentlemen, we're getting right into the question. So question number 2 that I have for you, because I've asked the number 1, is about the construction. So you're going to walk us through now the design and of course the layout of Bloom Towers Estate. Now, you're also going to tell us what inspired this project for you as builder Sir Blessing.
Yeah, let me talk about the inspiration.
Okay.
When we were doing our Bloom Heaven,
okay,
and so many of our subscribers, subscribers for that matter, we're like, we will need the property in Oniru. We want Oniru. I mean, the dream for Oniru started about 4 years ago. I practically, got up to 3 options that didn't work out before we finally got this place. So doing an Oniru for us was a dream. It was about we deciding that, we need to up our game. We need to start playing at a bigger level, because we've done the little ones. We've been able to create, make our marks, and we said Oniru was our next, destination. And we didn't want to just do anything. We wanted signature. We wanted something that the world would look at and marvel. And so the choice of going multi-floors, was about wanting to make that statement, to say that Standard Properties Limited were here. That was all about it, from the very beginning. Okay. Then, for the design, like I said before, we incorporated LLM from the phase 1. Yes. We also didn't just bring LLM in. We brought the building practice on board. We were the architect who did the phase 1. Oh. We also didn't stop there. We brought the structural engineering firm, Arab, as the structural engineer consultant. They did the phase 1. Oh. We also brought in Pro-M, which were the mechanical MEP consultant, for the phase 1. So for us, it was about bringing a team that has succeeded before, in delivering the phase 1. And good day, building practice was able to show that everybody was evolving. Obviously, what they did, if you look at the Bloom Towers project, externally, the facade looks better, over the first one. Okay. Obviously, because there needed to be an improvement. I was going to ask into that. Today reality. I mean, so those little facade, even though the design is the same, a little bit of facade brought in to suit a today reality. And that's what we've been able to do here. Fantastic. I really did not even know that
those other guys were on board. I just thought it was Elalan as well. So this shows that Standard Property is going out of their way to ensure that everyone who invests here gets value for their money, which is very, very important. So we are not going to be undermining quality when it comes to delivering this project. All right, so thank you so much for that. Now, share with us the amenities that is going to be available to residents, and then how are they going to enhance the living experience here?
Yeah, Bloom Towers is actually a complete development. Yeah, where all the factors were thoroughly thought through.
Oh, okay.
From being a mixed development, where you have residential and commercial meshed together, we've actually been able to bring to bear a design that caters for every needs of an elite, resident.
Okay.
From the concierge, supermarket, gym, restaurant, banks that are going to be here,
every banks. Hold on. You said bank.
Yes.
Okay.
The office space, the ground and the first floor office spaces have spaces for banks, for restaurants, for supermarket, for
office, regular office
exactly, because it is the commercial comprises of both luxury shops and office spaces. So imagine a development where all of that is put together, in one space. So outside that, all the sporting activities, the standard of gym that is coming here it's not something I want to talk about.
No, we need to talk about it. So that gym, and the swimming pool. You said something about the swimming pool being a what?
On the podium on the second level.
Okay.
Because the residential starts from the second level.
Okay.
No, that's where you have the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Because obviously the swimming pool is for residents alone, not for commercial.
Yeah. Exactly. So you have to have a key pass for you to get to that level. So that gives it that level of privacy, and then it encourages residents to use it.
If you look at our design, you see that the gates are two. There is a separate gate for commercial, which is the commercial side, and a separate gate for the residential. So all of that were properly thought out. Now, if you take this to the back, you see that the ocean is behind you.
Yeah.
There is also a third gate where residents can just take a walk
to the ocean,
and see nature. So it is a design, everything that you would need to make life good, living at that level. Yeah, we have it all thought out here.
Oh, wow. I do really, really love this.
A basement that takes care of parking.
Oh, so you're saying there are going to be ample parking space
we have
for everyone.
We have a massive the basement is almost like 60% of this land.
Interesting, because parking can be an issue in Oniru as well. All right, so thank you for walking us through that. Now, please, I want you to share with us the details about the construction timeline and expected completion date, because that seems to be of much concern for every investor that's investing here.
Yeah, it is a 4-year project, and from the basement construction, that is only the substructure is taking us 12 months because of the size of what we're doing here.
True.
But it is a 4-year project.
Okay.
And what I can assure everybody is the fact that check what Elalan have done. Part of why we chose Elalan was because of their speed. Oh yes. Part of why we chose Elalan was because of their speed in delivery. Their construction methodology is different. They use what is called post-tension. Post-tension means they can practically deliver 3 slabs in a month.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. So once we come out of basement, this is going to be exactly.
Because those that are not technical, they'll be wondering what's been happening. This bloom towers, you've been going there and there.
Every of the things you see now, we are coming out of it. Yeah. Okay. Once we're done with this substructural work, which is the one we generally call foundation, and will come out, it will be because the construction methodology using post-tension, slab is quicker.
Okay.
And that's what LLA is deploying here.
Oh, okay.
And if you look at all their projects within Ikoyi and VI, and and VI, you see the speed. So those are the things we put together to ensure that to ensure that it is LLA or LLA.
I like that. All right. So earlier started of this video, or earlier when I got here, they were working, and then you had to tell them to please give us some few minutes to do this before they continue work. Walk us through what they are doing exactly. What was that truck doing? What was all of that?
They are excavating.
Okay.
You know, because like I mentioned, there's a basement.
Okay.
You know, and the level were going down. Yeah. They needed to excavate to establish what is called pie caps.
Okay.
Which is the burden they started doing here. So they need to excavate down to do the pie caps. You know, so that we'll be at that level of because the basement is below this ground level.
Yes.
So they need to excavate to establish a pie caps, you know, before, you know, they cannot come out of the slab. Exactly.
Foundation?
Exactly.
Okay.
The pie cap is part of the foundational work because the reinforcement for the columns, the one everybody call pillars, emanates from the pie caps.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
So it is the once they do this, the basement wall will come out. The slab, then we're good to go.
And then we'll start the block work, and then
of course. Of course.
Okay, so you talked about 4 years. Are we picking the 4 years from 2025 now?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so
they started in March. They started in March 2019, 2029.
2029 is the total completion.
LLA alone is doing 35 months, but we know that they will do less, way less than 1 year to do the remaining. So it is a 4 years project. 2019 people are moving in.
Oh, okay. So the anyone keen into this project now, you have heard it. By 2019, God willing, 2029. I'm sorry, 2029. You're moving in here. Now, this is a very question I've asked you before, but I want to ask again because, like I said earlier, you are the man of the year. You know, who know those who know.
How do you do it?
Why you insisted you wanted Oniru to make a statement that not that only is standard property capable of building a project of this magnitude, but you felt like Oniru was a better place to make this statement. Did you know, again, that this coastal road was going to come? Did you see it or?
Well, I won't. Yes, in the design, of the area, the coastal road has always been there. But when it will come up,
you have no idea.
I have no idea. So for me, it was about we'll create our road from the small roundabout at the junction there.
Yeah, that's roundabout.
Oh yeah, do my road up to my project so that people can come in here, do whatever they want to do. Obviously, one day they'll do the coastal road.
Here we are.
Yeah, that is above. I have so imagine the project not being sandwiched in between the coastal road.
Yes,
3 lanes in front of me, 3 lanes at the coastal side.
That is what makes it so different from every other project that says they are facing the coastal road. So whether your back gate or the front gate. Now we know that all of us have said a lot, especially we salespeople, about how the advantage of having a property facing the coast. But I want to hear it from you. Is that truly an advantage of this property now facing a mixed-use property, by the way, facing this coastal road?
Do I need to explain that?
Please do.
When you have, just imagine what the coastal road, this quality of road is going to do to the commercial aspect of this project. For the residential, do you understand me? You would just, after all, provided I have an access, drive to my room, but imagine not having this.
And then the business.
Having the commercial part of this project. You just explain it to yourself. So it is massive, it is massive. I've always, when we started sales here, the office spaces were not attracting the kind of attention.
But now...
But I clearly understand why. I did. My mind was, I'm always a patient person. Towards the middle of the project, people will see the value of it. That is that's no longer waiting for towards the middle of the project. It is right here with us.
Right now, right here. Because, from my own perspective, I will feel like, I high-rising like this is what should be on this coastal road.
Oh yes, oh yes.
So you are kind of right position.
The design of this corridor, little corridor,
yes,
from landmark down was designated as tourism zone.
Oh
yes, oh yes. So from the beginning, what the government anticipated to come in here are what you're seeing now.
Yes,
means development
yes. I mean,
that takes care of makes use of the ocean. Exactly, that was the idea. This was supposed to be the Miami of Lagos.
Well, we're still open.
Oh yes, of course. That is. And if you look at every development that are coming on the corridor, you see that's the mindset.
Yeah,
Only that not all of them have the combination of residential and misuse like this.
Wow, this is interesting. So please, what would you say makes Bloom Towers? I know we said a lot of things, but specifically, what would you say what makes Bloom Towers a great investment for investors?
Yes. Considering the corridor, considering the quality of the development, considering all that we put together for the development, I mean, it's not like a regular apartment.
Of course.
So from Airbnb to people who just want to live a quiet life out of the busy town, to people who wants to take care of the needs, I mean, the commercial needs of the corridor. You can see it's a complete package. It can't do less, and that is the truth. Then Anoniru, for that matter, is one of the highbrow in Lagos. So if you check the value of properties here, you can't, some of my properties development are in Ikate. You can't compare. You know what that means. Exactly. So the VI corridor have a different market. So any investment within this corridor would definitely, attract so much value for money. And then when you now look at the design we've been able to put together, the fact that it's bringing residential and commercial mixed together, you see that is value already. That's huge value. So anybody who puts money here gets huge return. Imagine those who got a year ago. Where we are now. So it is not something that I even need to explain. Imagine people who then, when we started, before we even started piling, when the project came into the market, and now by July, you know what is happening, 15th July. So it is an investment that will never go wrong.
I agree with him actually, but sometimes when we say some of these things, people look at it from the sales
angle. He's just talking because she wants to sell.
Exactly. So you are also an investor here. So for you to invest here, definitely that it has value. So I want them to hear it from you as well. All right. So we've talked about a lot of things, how Eleland is swift in their work and how their integrity is intact. However, for you as a developer, how do you ensure quality control and adherence to the standard of construction?
One, my main contractor.
Okay.
They have proven their standard. They've proven themselves. So for me, it's about doing the right thing at the right time.
Okay.
Good. We didn't want to bring the strong consultant that we have to work with a contractor that is exactly. So what we've done is we've been able to marry the big ones and the big ones together. Exactly, that's what we did. Because LLA cannot make a mistake and an Arab will overlook it. Do you understand me? Or, building practice, the architect cannot watch any of the design being altered for any reason because they are fully on the project. And Pro M2. And so for us, it's about bringing a complete, team that will make the construction seamless. Don't forget I'm a builder. A fellow of the institute like that. So I do not want my name to be associated with anything, obviously. So for me, it was about doing the right thing first, getting a team that would make me be able to go to bed without thinking that anything could go wrong. And that's what we've done here. Oh,
okay, this is amazing. And I know we've touched it, but I just wanted to ask a question, reiterating that for standout property, you're very, very, very keen about quality control, because it's very important for anyone who can afford this kind of project is also going to be keen about the least of this kind of the credibility
of the names,
the partners
of the people
and the people involved, because it's not Baines. This is not Synergy Gardens. This is not. We're not saying that Synergy Garden is not built of standard,
but they have different. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't be talking about the 21 or 19 floors with simple terrace. No.
Yeah.
They are not. They are the word apart.
Exactly.
And that's the truth.
All right, John. Okay. So yes, we've been talking about Bloom Towers, and I'm not going to assume that everybody on this channel knows you or they've watched our previous interviews. So for the sake of those who are seeing you for the very first time and they are keenly interested, please, can you share some of the success stories or notable projects that Standard
Properties Limited? Oh
yes.
Yeah. We came into the market fully as developers in 2020. And we've been able to show that the industry should be left for professionals.
I like that.
Not just all comers. Yeah, we successfully delivered MIGL 145 unit, successfully delivered and fully occupied.
Fully occupied though. Yeah. Now that 145 unit is mixed, guys. Let me break it down. Is what you're looking at right now. The footage you're looking at, that is a block of apartments. We have MAISONETTE in it, and then we have terraces and penthouses. All right, so just to break that down.
then Bloom Heaven. Still on this corridor. If you go outside this gate, you clearly see Bloom Heaven.
Yeah,
so
Bloom Heaven.
having two projects on the coastal road. Who say God doesn't? So that is it. For us, we've shown that we're ready. We're ready before we got into the market. We didn't just jump into the market, the industry. We prepared ourselves, to get into this place, and we've been able to show our capacity.
But the project is not limited to. I don't want us to leave it at Bloom Heavens. So let's talk about the other ones.
Bloom Residence, Synergy Garden. Brian Scott in Warri, our massive project ongoing. We're actually, if you take away Bloom Towers, we're currently putting about 800 housing units in the market. Now, if you add, which is within 2020 and now, if you now add Bloom Towers to it, we're talking about 1,000 something housing units within this space. So, you can clearly see that the company is a company that got prepared before they started. And more are coming.
Yes, more should come, of course.
Bloom Towers is to tell our story, to be able to show that yes, we're not just doing this, we can do
the high rise as well. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for explaining that. And then I'm going to add to that, because see, when it comes to investors buying off-plan projects, the tension is higher now, way than even 2018 and all of that. The tension is higher now, and they want to know the credibility. Not just the credibility. I love the word you said, that you were prepared before you launched into the market. It seems that we have other people out there who are not prepared before they launch into an off-plan project. And I like the fact that you're doing multiple projects at a time. Okay, not MIGL kicked off in 2020. COVID, I cannot, that one, anytime I talk about that project, honestly, I'm always very, very angry at myself. Emotional, that's the word. Because how in God's name did I not buy? Even if it's not me begging some blessings, you have not paid.
Of course, but that was what we did.
And then before we could round up that, the Bloom Heaven came. That Bloom Heaven is another testimony on its own, because it looks like a shanty.
The whole area wasn't
looking nice at all. But people who had foresight,
we're seeing the future.
They saw the future, believed in it, and then they came to. And then just about that time, they brought Synergy Gardens, they brought Bloom Residence. It's ongoing, and then Brian Scott and Warri. They're all now going on pari passu, which is one of the things I respect him for. Because it's not as if he's doing Bloom Towers and abandoning Synergy Gardens or Brian Scott or Bloom Residence. All of them are going as planned, because every of these projects have a timeline, and they have their project specifications and also workflow as well. So they're moving at each of their speed. So yes, I love that, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much for doing that. Now, the reason why I'm putting this here is for you to know that yes, they have not just jumped into a project of this magnitude. They've done 4 different ones that are, let's say, preliminary, low level, And then now they want to show
of the game.
And now they are here to change the game, rather, or change the narrative. And with the team they have brought together, I have more confidence that
Success from the very beginning.
Yes, because
it's a successful project.
He's a builder. Remember, he said officially they started 2020, but he has been building one-on-one project as a builder way before
20 years plus now.
Wow, 2 decades, that's a lot. And integrity has always been his watchword. Now, let's talk about the one that interests me as a salesperson. Sir, please, why is that notification that you put out 2 days ago? Please, why?
Yeah.
What's the notification?
No.
How do you put the year is for me?
Price increase of your, obviously.
Price increase! He sent it to me and I said, ha! He now started laughing.
Because we ordinarily, there's none of our project where prices stays for 1 year.
Of course.
Yeah, but this did, a year plus, we didn't touch the prices because we wanted LLM to move to site. You know, we're doing all of that to ensure that, you know, people now, it wasn't about just bragging about you using LLM. Let us see, you know, so we waited. Everything about price increase, even though things were changing and all that, we didn't care about it. We just wanted to wait till they moved to site to tell our people who believed in us, you know, that, yeah, don't worry, we don't just say things, we say them because we want to do them. So we waited, and LLA have been on site since March when they started their setup and all of that. We're at that point where we need to increase the prices, because at the end of the day, you want us to be able to deliver the project, and that comes with having the right
resources on
the table.
So, ladies and gentlemen, come July 15th, these prices you've been seeing on the screen will no longer.
Check even the prices that are coming up. Yeah, go and check the corridor. You see that when we say we provide affordable luxury, it is not just a statement. We meant it by every standard. So, you know, check everywhere our properties are.
I'm going to now check very well.
Check everywhere our properties are. You see that we are price conscious. Yeah. We have every reason to be up there, but because we want to be able to provide, you know, housing for the generality of people. For us, it's about housing provision. Yeah, we want to be able to take care of the big, the small, and the medium.
Yes.
So for us, that's why our prices are usually driven by that. We're conscious of the fact that even though the man who have all of it do not want to just throw everything out there. So we try to put, you know, projects are a bit pocket friendly.
I agree, because I've not done this year actually, but initially when Bloom Towers came, I went round and I checked and I agree. And then that, at least I know that one of Synergy Garden, like with my food chest like this. That is now saying that, sir, you now go back to your table and come on now, increase Synergy
we do not just increase like that. We increase based on specifics.
Okay. All right, so you're right there. This is the time to come on board, come with your initial deposit, and you can spread your payments around, we still have 18 months, right?
24 months here.
Yes, we still have, 24 months right here. You can still spread your payment across 24 months, and voila, you are a proud landlord right here, or a landlady. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I've taken so much of your time. Okay. Thank you so much for doing this. And this is what we promise you at Nigeria Region 24/7. We're sitting on this particular project. This one.
It's us.
This one.
I know.
We are sitting on this. We're sitting on this project, meaning you're going to be getting updates back to back. LLM smooth like this, we follow them, because we want to show you guys what's every stage. And that was one of the things I love, sir, about offline project. People can see, I mean, we have very technical people who are watching this, but you can see, and when you come for inspection, you can even ask more technical questions from the L&R supervisors, engineers. They would answer you, and you can come and do integrity check for yourself and see what they're doing. And this is why you should be getting on board now, before the price is revealed upward. All right, if you have, peradventure you have any question for builders or saying, put it in comment section. Trust me, he's even watching the video too. So you will see the questions. I will still send it to him. So we can answer it again, because this is not going to be the last one.
Not at all.
We're going to be coming back, and at every level I'll be dragging him to give us all of the answer all of our questions. So please put out your questions for him there. But most importantly, call me. Let's get to what? Get you reserved now at that old price. If you wait and the price is reviewed, he's here, he will not answer me. If there's one thing I know about him, you now answer me. You say, you not that before.
But that was why we gave 1 month notice.
Exactly. 1 month notice, you already know. And I'll be reminding you before the end of that 1 month. So ladies and gentlemen, we're signing out. Thank you so much. Reporting live from Bloom Towers, Oniru, in VI Lagos, Nigeria. My name, of course, Amble, still remains Goodness Osman, the Queen of Landlord Maker, and it's my pleasure to be here with Sir Blessing doing this today. So, as we sign out, meaning you should be dialing the number, scrolling on your screen, and give me a call. Let's talk about the one you want, the apartment, the penthouse, or maybe MAISONETTE. Please ensure that wherever you're watching me from, that you remain safe and awesome, just the way you are. So I say to you, oh,
Bravo.